Hello everyone and welcome to the messy junk room where we create whatever. Today is going to be the last video for Junk Journal July. Meg at Meg Journals put together a prompt list and 31 collaborators participated in it. Please check out Meg at Meg Journals and watch her videos and find out the collaborator list. And she said right from the beginning that there's no rules to this. You could follow in order, you could jump around with the prompts, you could skip prompts, you could continue working on the prompts for the next few months. I feel that it's time to move on. I'm ending with prompt 20, a letter to myself. And then I'll wrap it up with showing you this delicious signatures that I'm going to sew in to kind of bring it all together and complete one of my favorite junk journals of all time. But before we go, I've been doing this little box of Bible verses to encourage and inspire. I'm going to keep doing it because I really enjoy getting a card out of the box. Today's card says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts." I don't know if you have any anxious thoughts today or any worries or if you're fretting or not. A good place to start is to pray about that. And then what helps me is coming in to the junk room and creating. Something happens in our brain when we get busy creating, whether it's, crocheting or knitting or diamond painting or junk journaling, scrapbooking, any of those creative arts. Our worries get put on the back burner and we just get into a different headspace when we create. I hope you'll join me and those anxious thoughts that you might have will just get put on pause while we create at the junk table. And it's messy once again. This is the Junk Journal July 2023 prompt list, hosted by Meg Journals. I thought I could finish it off, but it is time to move on. I'm going to end with a letter to myself. Dear Sherry, I love how this junk journal has come together. This is a cereal box, cracker box I think I used. Collaged cover inside and out. These are my signatures. So I've done 3 of them, and when you put them all together and you put them in here, oh, it's so yummy. I'm ready to sew it in. I'm so nervous about this part. I've gone ahead and made a template. Here's my paper template. So I just did it the length of the spine. I folded it in half. I opened it up and then I folded each side into the halfway. So it's like that. And then I folded it this way in half, and this way in half, and this way in half. I opened it all up, and then I poked my holes here, skip one, here, skip one, here, skip one, and here. So my holes aren't in the exact middle. I haven't done that before. You know what? I'm gonna add holes to the center, I think. I think so. And then I want to do a hidden spine. So I took the leftover cracker box and I cut 2 pieces out of it, so this is really sturdy. And then I put my holes in here. So I just lined it up. And I probably should. I'm going to use my clamps. I put a clamp at the top and I put a clamp at the bottom. I'm going to add the middle. I think I didn't want too many holes because I know it's a little bit more fragile, but I'm thinking that it needs a center. So I take that off. And now this is ready to go and it will fit right on there perfectly. I'm going to start with the first signature. Find my center. Get my clamps out. I want to make sure that everything is right down there as best as I can get it. Some people use clamps, some people don't. It's totally up to you. This really isn't a tutorial. I don't really do tutorials. I just learn from everybody else and then duplicate what they're doing. I think that's as good as I can get it. Find my paper. Secure my paper. Let's see. Okay, there's one. Skip. So far, so good. I'm going to use this wax thread. You can use any thread you want. I always use wax. That's just my preference. It fills in the holes nicely. And it's sturdy. So I just went actually 4. That's probably too much, but I want to use dangles. And then my needle here, it's nice and pointy and sharp at the end, and that just makes it easier to go in and out of the holes. I take this off and take my template out. Don't want to sew that. I like to use all my awls to keep the book signature in place while I'm trying to sew it in. I'm going to start at the top and I'm just going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. And the reason I'm starting at the top is because I want the dangles to hang down the outside of the spine. I've done through the center and I've done at the bottom before, and now I just want to try at the top and see if it works. Now it's going in here. I must remember I'm doing this one right there. Okay, here we go. Sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to just add my awls so it all lines up. That's my thread here. Now we need to leave a little bit You don't want it to go through. So I'm just going to take the little thread and clip it under there so it doesn't go anywhere on me. And I just learned that little tip yesterday watching a video. So I started in the inside out, and I don't want to be poking around too much because it's already fragile paper. Good idea to take your time with this. Just making sure. Oh, that's sorry, I distracted. I thought that was a hole, and I went, no, there's not supposed to be a hole there, but it's a comma. No need to panic. It's a comma. And then I can pull this one out. And in theory, all I need to do is go straight down. And it should do what it did. Whew. And then this one, first try, yay! And then down the last one. I just clamped it back so it helps now that all the awls are out. I'm going to make sure it's in the first row. I've been known to skip rows, so everything is lined up nice. And now we've got to go back up. And the tricky part is not to split your thread, because if you split your thread, it won't tighten. And I think that's good. So far, so good. In some ways, this is easier to do a hidden. I'm just going to let that loose and tighten it up a little bit. To do a hidden spine, because I'm not dealing with the cover yet. And I'm not pulling too tightly because I don't want the paper to rip. You kind of, I feel it. Oh, there. Make sure I didn't split. I don't think I did. Doesn't look like it, so that's good. Woo! Now I'm back up here at the top. Now it's time to tighten everything. So we're gonna tighten. That's making me dizzy, I'm sure. And I'm tying these two together up at the top. So I'm gonna just pull it. I'm going to check. Hold that down. And then I'm going to knot it. Take these off. Very good. Make sure all the pages are in the order you wanted and they're going the right way. I have been known to sew in a page upside down and have to take it all apart. You should always do this before you sew it in. I just happened to forget. I can take the needle off. One is in. Now get one of the big clips to keep that out of the way. We add the next one, which is this one again. Ooh, double check, make sure every page is where you want it. And here we go again. Find the center. Going to clamp. I think that's good. I think I have, how many in a signature? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 in a signature. 7, 8. Not as many as I normally do. Normally I do, 12 to 15 in a signature. But I'm doing 3, so it doesn't need that many. The template. Just clamp this down and make my holes. Here we go. Hope everything's lined up good. Because I just made the first hole. I have many awls. many awls. So that's where the holes are. Now I gotta take my template off. Take these fellers out. I'm still holding it pretty tight with my left hand. I'm going to put some of those awls back in. To keep everything tickety-boo. Get my thread ready. So 2, 3, and a bit, knowing that I want dangles. Get the needle back. There's just something about this journal that I just absolutely love. I think this is my style. Oh, nope. Think about what I'm doing here. I'm not doing from the center, I'm doing from the top. So pull the needle through. There's threads everywhere. I'm going to get another clamp for the top so I can stick this there so it doesn't run away on me. Oh, look at that. There it is. And then straight in there. Yep. Ooh, that one was smooth as butter. Pull this one out. And then go back up. And hopefully it's moved on me. Just take your time. It's not a race. Make sure that didn't split. Oh, that went somewhere, but not where it was supposed to go. I don't think I pierced it. So we'll tighten here. Take these off. Put my needle somewhere. Pull this up. Pull this. Now tie these together and pull it up to the top. Whew. Trim a little bit off. Okay, one more. Clamp those together. It's getting bulky there. Bring in the last signature. Find. Now this one has an envelope in it, so I want the envelope to be in the middle. So move that. And here do I want that as the center? Oh, I don't think so. Maybe that is better as the center. And we'll move you over there. Now this is the time to move things around. Oh, are we back at the top? We're back at the top. Okay. Oh, that was fast. Unclamp. Unclamp, because we want to tighten everything up. Looks good. Move some of these threads out of the way. I can take the needle off. This last little bit. Double check. Oh. Okay, now just double check to make sure. Oh, see that's probably because it wasn't clamped in place. It slid down. I wanted it up there. Oh well, it's in there. Make sure the cover is up the right way and the pages are up the right way, and I'm going to glue it in. Now there's not much leeway on top or bottom to clamp. It's pretty even across there. I'm impressed. That is not the page that needs to be at the beginning, so I already know it's upside down. Now I'm also going to go into each of these spots in the center signature and put a dab of glue in it to help prevent it from tearing. Type of glue I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use a combination of glue stick just to get it in place, because I know glue is very good. My art glitter glue for sure. And you want to be very, very generous with glue for your spine. Don't skimp out on gluing your spine. So I'm going to do it here, right to the edge. And then I think I'm going to get my tacky glue, just because it doesn't smell like Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to cover the spine on this side with tacky glue right to the edges, covering up those threads, stitching in between the holes. We do not want this coming out. Keep everything out of the way, all your threads, and place it in there. I've got a little bit on either side where I can start a clamp, and then make sure it's still folding. Yep. And clamp on this side. It's okay if the glue leaks out onto the side. Clamp on this side. Clamp on this side. Put those all down. And now we just hold it in place for a few hours. That art glitter glue will grab quickly. I don't have anything at the top or the bottom, so I just have to keep working both sides as it starts to set. So, what shall we talk about while we wait? Clamp this all together and see. Oh, yeah, that helps. So I'm going to let that settle in. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.